midpoint and all that.
Okay, so on the distance and midpoint, I still haven't decided if I'm going to give that to you or not, so you need to memorize that and have it ready for tomorrow. The distance and midpoint. Okay, so make sure you got that in your mind. Okay, so let's go through here pretty quickly. So number one, a blank is a flat surface made of points that extend infinitely in all directions. It's a plane. Okay, a set of points that all lie on the same line are said to be what? Collinear. All right. Collinear on the same line. Okay, if two lines intersect to form four right angles, what are those lines or what? Nope. Perpendicular. Okay. I told you it's not going to be on there, and it's not. But does anybody know the answer to number 4? If two angles add up to 180, what do you call them?
Congruent.
Nope.
Right.
Well, they nope. Nope. Okay, so the answer is supplementary.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
that's right.
The answer is supplementary, but like I said, that's not on your test. Don't worry about it. This unit got split up differently from where it was in the past, and I forgot to take that question off. But okay, so example 1 says draw this. Okay, so we have plane X. So I'm going to start off with that. I've got plane X, and it says that it contains two lines A and B, and they intersect at point Q. Line A is on it, line B is not on X. So it's like this. You have this line A, okay, and now line B intersects it, but line B is not on that plane, so I'm going to do it like this. Okay, this is line B, and it says that they intersect at point Q. So it should look something like that. Okay. Next one, number 5. Name the intersection of line A and C. Where does line A and C meet up at?
Point P.
At point P. Okay, give another name for line B.
ST.
Okay, ST would work. Okay, TS, XT, TX, any of those. So when you name a line, how many points do you use?
2.
Use 2 points to name a line. Okay, it's not 1 point, it's not 3, you use 2 points. Okay, number 7, name a point that is not contained in any of the 3 lines A, B, or C. Is point what? Is point W. Okay, give another name for plane WPX.
Plane R.
Okay, plane R, that's the easy way. Okay, now, what's another way you can name that plane WPX? Okay, SPU would work.
PXW.
PXW, I just rearranging those letters. Okay, so let's talk about this. Could I name it plane PXU? Could I name this plane PXU?
No.
Why not?
Because it's a line.
Yeah, because remember, PXU is really just naming a line, which we wouldn't use 3 letters, but that's all PXU is a line. And remember, it goes back to the stool thing. You would not want a stool that just has 3 legs in a straight line. That would be a terrible stool. You want those 3 legs to be non-collinear. You want them to be spread out to where they sit down flat, okay, and hold you up. So you could not name this plane PXU. Okay, these 2 questions really are terrible questions. I just need to take them off of here. I'm sorry, but okay. So this is pointing to this thing right here. What would that represent? A line. And this one's a point. Okay, next one. So we want to find the value of the variable. So we want to find the value of x, and we also want to find the length of yz. So how am I going to set this up to find the value of x? Okay, good. So we have 10 plus 3x plus 7 equals 29. Okay? And so from there, it's just simple. It's just algebra to get to x. So when I combine like terms, what do I get? 3x plus 17 equals 29. Subtract 17. These 0 out. We get 3x equals 12. Divided by 3. This 1's out. 1x equals 4. So x equals 4. Okay? Now, x equals 4. It also wants to know the length of yz. How long is yz? 19. So really that one you could either plug into 4. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 7 is 19. Or really you could have found that at the very beginning, because if this is 10 and this is 29, then it has to be 19 to get to that. Okay, on the back. So on these first two, the main thing is to just think about how to set this up. Before you look at any numbers, just think about what the segment looks like. So we're going to have 3 points here, and it says x is between P and Q. So if x is between P and Q, is x going to be on the edge, or is it going to be somewhere in the middle? It's got to be somewhere in the middle. The P and the Q are the ones that go out on the edge. Okay, now number 11 says xq is 13. Whoops, I put it in the wrong spot. xq is 13. xp is 5x minus 3. And pq, the whole thing from here to here, is 40. All right, so how am I going to set that up to find the value of x? Okay, 5x minus 3 plus 13 equals 40. Combine like terms, so negative 3 and 13 makes 10, so we have 5x plus 10 equals 40. Subtract 10 from both sides, that zeroes out, we got 5x equals 30. Divide by 5, that 1's out, we get 1x equals 6, x equals 6. Okay, so x equals 6, but it also wants to know how long xp is. So if I plug in 6 to right here, into that x, 5 times 6 minus 3 is what? 27. Okay, number 12 is the exact same thing, so I'm not going to label that on there, but to set this up, it's going to be 3k plus 7k minus 2 equals 6k plus 16. All right, and so 10k minus 2 equals 6k plus 16, subtract 6k. You get 4k minus 2 equals 16, add 2. This zeroes out, 4k equals 18 divided by 4. And on this one, you get a decimal. What do you get? You get 4.5, 4.5. 18 divided by 4 is 4.5. So x equals 4.5. And then xp is how long if you plug in 4.5? Is 29.5. Okay, so next, okay, so these are distance. Okay, so what is the distance formula? So it's like this, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, and square root of that whole thing. So, as we label this x1, y1, x2, y2, we're going to get 7 minus negative 3 squared plus 13 minus 1 squared. And what does that give you? 15.62. Okay, on this next one, you get, let's see, 10 minus 2 squared plus negative 7 minus negative 1 squared. And what does that give you? It gives you 10. Okay, number 17. Yeah, I'm not going to read all that. I'm just going to draw this here. We're going to run out of time here. Okay, so first of all, it says his house is between his job and his school. So his house is between his job and his school. And it says that the distance from his house to his job is 3 times greater than it is from his house to his school. So from his house to his job is 3 times what it is from his house to his school. So however long it is from H to S, it's 3 times that from H to J. And then the total distance from his job to his school is how far? Is 6 miles. Okay? And so then from here it's an easy problem. It's just 3x plus x equals 6. Just doing our segment addition. So 3x plus x equals 6, which means 4x equals 6 divided by 4. And x equals what? Equals 1.5. And then the question is how far is it from his house to his school? So we want to know this from here to here. How far is it? Yeah, we found it right there. It's 1.5, which means how far, it's not asking it, but how far is it from his house to his job?
4.5.
It's 4.5. And does that make sense? Is 4.5 3 times that number right there?
Yes.
Sure is. And they both add up to 6. That's right. Okay. Number 18 and 19 is midpoint. So the formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That is our midpoint formula right there. x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. All right, so over here, we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So we're going to have negative 3 plus 17 divided by 2. And then on the y's, 16 plus 4 divided by 2. So on the x value of our midpoint, negative 3 plus 17 is what? Negative 3 plus 17 is what? And 14 divided by 2 is 7. Whoa. That was crazy. Okay, and then on the y value of my midpoint, 16 plus 4 is what? And 20 divided by 2 is 10. So that would be my midpoint of these 2 points right here. Okay. And then number 19 would be the exact same thing. Okay, the last one. You will have a problem like this tomorrow. So remember, we talked about this yesterday. So if you take the distance from here to here and along with this from here to here, what happens when you put those two together? Equals the length of the whole segment, right? Then if you take the distance from here to here and the distance from here to here, what happens with those? Those two equal the length of the whole segment also. So the two red ones put together is equal to the length of the two blue ones put together.
Like 3x plus 47 plus x plus 26 equals 27x. 27 plus x plus 10.
Yep.
Good job, Marco.
Okay, and then from there it's just algebra. Okay? And I think once you solve all this, you get x equals negative 12. And then it asks for CE, so you got to plug in negative 12 right here. So negative 12 plus 26 is 14. Okay, your test will be tomorrow. And